We are here today in utter devastation, in utter grief, in utter rage. And mostly, we are here today to demand that our Congress people, our politicians who claim to represent us, dump AIPAC. Okay, let me hear you say, dump AIPAC!
Dump AIPAC!
Dump AIPAC!
Dump AIPAC!
If you have been angry that your representatives have been silent, have been cowards in this moment where we need them more than ever to lead bravely, you can look to AIPAC. In November of 2023 alone, AIPAC spent $3.7 million silencing our senators. Shame! For months, we have been mobilizing in front of Congress, on the streets of our cities, and around the world, demanding that our politicians stand up and call for a ceasefire, and yet the majority are still silent. Shame! Shame! On top of buying our senators and congressmen's silence, AIPAC has also been silencing the only brave politicians who have been standing up for Gaza and have been standing and calling for a ceasefire. Politicians who are overwhelmingly women of color, which comes as no surprise. Shame!
Shame!
Shame! Over 30,000 Palestinians in Gaza are dead, have been murdered because of our silence.
Shame!
And that silence has been bought, that silence has been facilitated by AIPAC. We are here today to say enough. Enough of the bribery, enough of your silence, enough of your cowardice. We call on our Congress people to call for an immediate ceasefire. We call for them to stand bravely and end all military funding to Israel. And we gather here today to call for a free Palestine and a free Gaza.
I'm joining you all here tonight absolutely furious, filled with rage. Because right now, 1.5 million Palestinians trapped in Rafah, a place where they were ordered to go and told that they would be safe, are now facing bombardment, are now facing another military incursion. Already, almost 30,000 Palestinians have been killed by the Israeli military in just 4.5 months. Every single one of those people, every single one of those 30,000 people was an entire world. Every single one of them was someone else's everything. And their lights have been extinguished by a genocide. And I'm filled with rage because that genocide is being backed, is being supported, and is being funded by our government. Shame!
Shame!
Just a few days ago, President Joe Biden once again vetoed a ceasefire resolution at the UN right across the street. And while we get these little snippets of how he's privately frustrated with Prime Minister Netanyahu, or is secretly expressing disregard for who the hell cares? He's sending weapons at the exact same time. We need action. We need an administration and a government that will stop sending weapons that are being used to kill children, to destroy families, to flatten entire neighborhoods. Enough. Enough! And meanwhile, We have our senators here in New York City. Senator Chuck Schumer, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who just recently proudly voted yes to send an additional $14 billion in weapons and military funding to this government that is carrying out an active genocide. After they did this, Chuck Schumer had a press conference where he said that we are leading the way for freedom and democracy. Imagine thinking that sending more bombs, more tanks, more shells, more munitions, more warplanes that are being used to literally turn Gaza into rubble is in any way bringing us toward freedom. Enough! Enough! It has to stop now, and these members of Congress know what their constituents think, and they're not listening to us. It's our job to make sure that Washington, D.C. stop listening to groups like AIPAC, racist, warmongering, bullying groups, and instead start listening to your constituents who are out here in the middle of the day demanding a ceasefire, an end to the weapons to the Israeli government now. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Okay. So here's what we want to tell you all. You are all in exactly the right place right now. You are in the space that you were meant to be in today. And we are so grateful. So many of you took time off work, you rearranged your schedules, you got yourself to New York City, you dropped other things in your lives because you know that this is the way we make change. That collective action, that coming together in the streets, in the thousands, to demand change is the only antidote to the overwhelming despair that we are feeling in every other moment of our lives right now. So you are here in whatever way you came, with whomever you came, or if you came alone, you are welcome here, and we are so grateful that you are here. And to our Palestinian siblings and families who are here, we love you, and we are with you. And we will never stop fighting alongside you. And we are so grateful that you are here as well today. So thank you all for taking the time to be together, to bring our voices directly to the people who need to hear it, and to shout into the streets, it is time to dump AIPAC now.
Dump AIPAC!
Dump AIPAC!
So we're gonna warm ourselves up a little bit with some song. We're gonna ground ourselves in why we're here, and to lead us in that is our comrade Hannah.
Against the war they sell, rebel. Against the lies they tell, rebel. And let us do this right, rebel for all the people of Palestine. Again, rebel. Against the war they sell, rebel. Against the lies they tell, rebel. And let us do this right.